You have a husband and wife.
Yes.
Fairly new baby, as I understand.
Yes.
They lived in an area not too far from where you used to live, in the Frisco area, and they want to sell their current home and buy a new home.
Correct.
And kind of set up a scenario for everybody so they'll know the situation. And they felt stuck, my guess is, before they called
yeah. You know, they didn't understand. They are.
What are their names?
So Dora.
And like Dora the Explorer?
Yeah, like Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
And then Frank.
Dora and Frank.
It's a young couple, first-time home sellers, I'll point out too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I think, didn't he have the home before they got married, or she had the
Correct.
home before they got married?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're selling. They want to sell their home. It's not yet for sale.
Okay.
They want to sell their home. They're first-time home sellers, so they're foreign to what it looks like to sell. He had bought the home previously. So she has not gone through the process of buying a home either. Dora hasn't. And so both of them don't know what it's like to sell, not familiar with that process. And as well, only one of them has ever bought a home before, but neither one of them have gone through a resale and a purchase with a baby. And what are all the nuances that they are not aware of? This isn't even a question really they have. This is a question I know subconsciously they have.
But they don't even know they have.
They don't even know they have.
And they're in one situation. They want to be in a different situation.
Correct.
Now, your people, Dora and Frank, they are willing to go purchase their new home before they sell their existing home. Now, in the fourth segment, we're going to talk about another example from here in Metro Atlanta where she's not comfortable doing that. But so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And how are they going to do that? How will they be able to buy their new home without having the cash from their existing home?
So they weren't aware that that opportunity could even exist. And they had only, their best estimate is we would own two homes and pay for two homes at the same time.
Right.
And how long would we carry two mortgages? And do we have the funds to do that?
Yeah.
So I presented an opportunity, it's a strategy where they could live in their current home, just life as normal.
Don't have to make anything special.
Nothing.
Like you don't have to do all the stuff to prep to get the home ready for sale.
No, and we don't have to show it.
Right.
So right now they live in the home as normal.
Okay.
We buy, the first focus is buying home number 2.
Okay. Which they've already found someone something they like, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Once we close on home number 2, then they move out of home number 1 into home number 2. Still life is normal. They can take their time. They're not under the gun. And then we come into home number 1. We prep it. We stage it. And we are able to show it around the clock and not disrupt anybody's life. And we do that through a bridge loan.
Okay, good. What is a bridge loan? How the heck does that work?
So a bridge loan, and many different lenders will talk about bridge loans differently. So when you hear the term bridge loan, they're not always the same.
Sometimes they're a home equity line of credit. So
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So a bridge loan is something different.
A true bridge loan is something different. And we work specifically with a lender in the DFW area who underwrites these bridge loans. But he will do an appraisal on home number 1.
Okay.
Verify they have enough equity.
Understand, because they're not going to loan them more than the equity they have.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Verify there is enough equity in home number 1 and the likelihood of it selling. So all that comes from a third-party appraiser.
Okay. The appraisal will give them the information, not the agent.
Not the agent. Okay. And then once the home is appraised and approves for the bridge loan, and they also, get approved for the bridge loan, meaning their credit and everything, that they're good for it. Then the lender will loan them, and oftentimes, depending on credit score and income, it's 100% loan. There's nothing down. They don't have to put 5% down. They don't have to have the cash anywhere because they have enough equity in their home, and the lender feels there's enough equity there to secure What will be later, they're 20% down.
Do they have to make payments every month on this
No.
bridge loan? Okay, how does that work?
They don't start making payments on house number 2 until 6 to 9 months later.
Or until they sell their home.
Or until they
'Cause
sell
it
their
could
home.
be sooner, right?
It could
Okay.
be sooner.
Okay.
So it allows a home buyer and a home seller to have that grace period of, we're going to find our home, we're going to move into it. Once we close on there, the clock starts ticking. And it's a 6-month period. That's the initial time. It can be extended, but it's a 6-month period. They keep making house payments on home number 1. They're not making payments on home number 2. And then we sell home number 1,
Yeah.
and a second closing occurs. It's a little bit cheaper for the second closing then, but there's doing a bridge loan absolutely costs the consumer a little bit more money.
Yep.
But it's way less than
Yeah,
selling
but if they
homes.
spent $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 and were able to be, and you might be able to sell their house for more than that much more.
I will be able to
offset that cost.
Yes, because they're not in it.
Yeah.
And it's staged, and we don't have to, trip over, a crib or, toys.